I wanted to address the topic of plagiarism and copyright and stealing someone else's creative work. In regards to Red Pill specifically, I got a comment on one of my videos recently where someone feels that I'm stealing Rollo Tomassi's work and putting it out as my own. And so they left a comment saying that, and I've been replying to them. But I thought it'd be a good idea for a video in regards to not just Red Pill, but other channels that do whatever content, and what's the line between copying someone and not copying someone. Okay, so going back to Red Pill, Rollo Tomassi writes the book The Rational Male. The thing that people don't understand about copyright infringement or stealing someone's work is that there's different situations. Like if someone writes a song and someone copies the lyrics word for word, someone creates a logo for a brand and someone copies the logo and the art on the logo for their own brand or copies the name, that would be a direct stealing someone's work. But it gets trickier when it comes to general topics in life, like men and women interacting. So Rollo Tomassi can write a book and he might mention something about the wall or a hypergamy or fertility, female fertility, and someone else can have content on those subjects. Those are subjects that Rollo Tomassi did not create. People that mention Red Pill or discuss Red Pill, and they think of Rollo Tomassi as the godfather of the Red Pill, and he's very influential on a lot of these Red Pill topics, and credit should be given to anyone where credit is due. But see, a lot of people don't understand the line where, so anyone who talks about anything male-female related, it's like, oh, well, that was in Rollo's book, The Rational Male. What I was trying to get across to this person that commented was I've known of Red Pill concepts way before I even knew of Rollo. I started this channel before even knowing that a human being named Rollo Tomassi even existed, with content that is Red Pill related and content that's not Red Pill related. So it's not like I read all of Rollo's books and then watched all his videos and then made my own channel just based off of, oh, the terms he used, so I'm going to use it for my own channel. That's not how that went down. I've never actually read The Rational Male. Parts here and there just from what I picked up online, but never actually read the book. I've seen some of his videos here and there, along with other Red Pill YouTubers. Coach Greg Adams, and Entrepreneurs in Cars, 33 Secrets, Darius M, Alpha M, Alpha Male Strategies, AMS, just a couple different ones. Steph is Cold. But Red Pill is not something that, it's tricky, because if you were to write a book and call it The Rational Male, or you were to take excerpts from Rollo's book and pass it off as your own, that is copying. But when it comes to a general discussion on Red Pill and women, men and women have been around and interacting for years. So people are not banned from discussing it just because someone else wrote a book on the topic. Men and women have been around since the beginning of time, interacting, and one gender trying to make sense of the other, and so on. Even as a little kid, like I mentioned to the person that commented, I've known of the term the wall, and that's just because guys discuss things. So just because one person labels it a certain way, you are not banned from having those discussions going forward. So for example, if you see a piece of content where someone says, I think a woman's wall is age 30, another person says, I think a woman's wall is age 25, another person says, I think a woman's wall is age 18. They don't have this authority and copyright for the rest of time over the fact that they said the wall was 30 or 25 or 18. So if any other person agrees that that's where they place the age, then they have to every single time give credit in the description, or like when in high school, like a bibliography of like where you got it exactly, because these are general concepts like men and women hooking up, marrying, interacting with each other, having kids. These are just life concepts. Nobody has a monopoly over that. And so that's what's very tricky about it, because this person came on, no profile pictures. I don't really know who I'm replying to, which is fine. Someone can leave a comment wherever, but it's like, if I don't know who I can't even see a picture. Anyone can just create a channel and say whatever to anybody. If you're going to come on and accuse me of stealing work or stealing Rollo's work, then if you don't have a picture, it's just going to be like a back and forth comment thing, and it's not really going to go anywhere. But but I thought it was a good idea for a video, and I wanted to address it, and I understand his point. Again, I say his because the male name on the account, but again, no profile picture, no content of your own. It's hard to, you know, you're gonna accuse me of work, but then I don't know who I'm replying to. You could be like a next door neighbor of mine that's just jealous I have a YouTube channel. You just create a comment and an account out of thin air just to like, just spite someone down because you don't like that they're growing or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that that's what the person was or is. I do believe it was a genuine comment, but that's what I'm saying. When you come on with no profile picture and no content and then say that someone's stealing Rollo's work, there's more to it than that, because yes, Rollo can write a book called Rational Male and he can discuss things about men and women, but that does not give him a monopoly over those discussions going forward for eternity. 100 years from now, if someone's talking about what they think is how they label the epiphany phase or the wall or hypergamy, they don't just have to credit Rollo Tomassi every single time, or oh, I heard this one video from a YouTuber named Steph is Cold, and so anytime that we're discussing men and women, you just have to tag his YouTube channel because he said it on a video 3 years prior to you. How's it going? Doing great. Yeah, you don't have a monopoly over those ideas. It's not like a song lyric or a logo or something that's clearly you're taking creative integrity. There's a fine line, because yes, someone can go and completely copy a YouTuber word for word or title for title or however the case may be, or they can read Rollo's book and just their way to come up the ladder is just to take something he said and did. But this is where it's tricky, and I was trying to explain to the guy in the comment, is that that's a very general life concept, men and women. So who's like to come on and see one video of mine when I have a list of videos, and to think that that one video just steals Rollo's work? How do you know that I don't have my own experiences with women in my own life? How do you know that I can't meet women over the course of my life and figure out what certain terms mean to me and the content of how I'm doing it? So no one can ever talk about intersexual dynamics if they don't credit Rollo, or like a YouTuber that said something on one video 5 years prior, so you have to give credit to that YouTuber. We all learn things collectively in life just from meeting different people. I do a vendor job right now where I'm meeting people from all over the world. Someone even commented in a video the other day, why do you always stop in your videos and say hi or how's it going to somebody while you're making your videos? Because I'm trying to build my YouTube channel, but my YouTube channel is not full-time, so I also work. I have other jobs, I have other things to do. So while I'm here working, I might do a YouTube video. If a customer comes up, I'm gonna break the YouTube video and talk with them. If this becomes a 20-minute interaction with the customer and they buy a bunch of things, I'll just delete the YouTube video and do a fresh take. If they just come by and glance and then leave, then I'll just continue the video. But that's the whole point too of people. They see what is like a snapshot or a moment in time of something you're doing, and they don't get the angle or the perspective of what you're doing. So the video that this person commented on, I went over the concepts of what I thought was a woman's prime phase and her denial phase and epiphany phase and the wall, and so that's what they commented on. And you don't know, they could have just searched it. That's the first video of mine that they've seen, and because I used the words epiphany phase in the title, and they know of Rollo who's used epiphany phase, so immediately it just goes to, oh, you're copying work. But it's like, they don't get, like, you can just be discussing these things. Like, it's not like Rollo Tomassi came around and then, oh, like now all of a sudden men and women interactions are a discussion just because of Rollo. So it's like with anything. You learn from any person that you talk to. I knew of the term the wall way before I even knew of Rollo or anybody on YouTube. I wasn't even looking at red pill content on YouTube before I was having red pill discussions. I was having red pill type discussions as a kid without even knowing they were red pill discussions, because men just talk about their experiences. One man just says, oh, the wall is 30. One says it's 25. One says it's 18. One says there isn't one. One thinks marriage is a great idea. One, you know, so it's like, I get it. You want to protect someone's creative integrity, and I understand the genuine comment that I believe the person left. And so I'm not doubting their sincerity with it. And it's good to keep people in check on what work they're putting out. But that's the thing. You don't just come onto a video that I did on intersexual dynamics and think that I'm just here looking at Rollo just to make my own name. That was one of the comments he said. He says, everybody knows that you're just copying Rollo to make your own name. And he said, what are you, like 19 or 20 or something? And it's just like, I turned 27 the other day. You know, just these little neg comments from a guy with no profile picture, and I don't know who I'm talking to. It's just one of those things. Like, how do you know that I don't meet women in my own life and make my own content? So I get it. Like, you see the word wall or epiphany phase, and you know of Rollo, so you just make the mental transition that I stole work. But there's a fine line. It's not song lyrics, it's not a direct logo on like a t-shirt. These are general topics on men and women, so you got to be careful on what you're calling stealing, what you're calling plagiarism, what you're calling copyright.